Welcome back to the channel, guys. So as you can see, I've got all the E92 trims scattered on this table. These are all the parts that will be getting skinned, the carbon fiber. If you guys follow us on Facebook and Instagram, I did ask you guys, shall we use the carbon fiber sheet or shall we use the forged carbon? And a lot of you guys said use the forged carbon on Instagram, and on Facebook a lot of you guys said use the carbon fiber sheet. So it's a 50-50, so I guess I'm going to be making the decision on what we're going to be using, and I'm going to go for the carbon fiber sheet, guys. I just think it's easier to work with, easier to apply, and obviously it's my first time doing it, so I want to go for the easy option. So yeah, we have all the trims out right here. What we need to do is remove all the extra parts, like this thing right here. This button right here needs to go, this little bit here needs to go as well. What we're going to be doing is prepping it all up and getting it ready for the first layer of the resin. I'll show you guys the resin that I bought when I've actually got all this prepped. So yeah, without talking too much, guys, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed this kind of stuff, and if you enjoyed the content so far, yeah, just give it a like. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well, guys, to get all the updates on what we're doing behind the scenes. So yeah, without talking too much, let's just get straight into it. Let's get all these panels stripped down and let's get them prepped. So I just got done removing all the attachments from the trims, as you can see, guys. So now we are down just to the trims themselves. So now it's time for the boring part, which is going to be sanding. There's going to be a lot of sanding in this video, guys, and this is just the start of it. So I already made a start. I'm using a 120 grit to sand down all the trims. So what we need to do is get this down to like a matte color, get it nice and rough. The 120 grit is going to basically give us the good result for that. Get it nice and rough, so when we do apply the base coat, it is going to stick to it and it's not going to come off anytime soon. So I just finished off cleaning all these trims, so now they're nice and clean. We do need to actually get them prepped and in position as well for the base coat. Now get them in position, what I mean by that is actually, if you look at some of these trims, they're kind of sat on the table. They need to be kind of off the table, so when I do apply the base coat, I can kind of get all around the trim. So if you look at this trim right here, guys, I've got it sat on 2 blocks. Now all I've done is basically cut the block, and I've drilled a hole there, drilled a hole here, and it's got 2 spikes on the back of the trims, and they just slot inside like so. So when it comes to applying the base coat, I've got easy access to all the sides, and that way I don't get any extra on the table as well. Some of the trims don't need the wood blocks, like this one here has kind of got its own legs, but trims like these that don't really, you know, sit upright, they will need a wood block to kind of hold them up. So that way the putting the base coat on for me will be easier. So what I'm doing is I'm using this old school saw, because I've got the air saw here, but that's not really doing a good job of cutting. So I'm using the old school saw to kind of cut the wood, then obviously drill the holes. Once that's done, is position them. So once I've got all these trims positioned and off the table, we can actually apply the base coat. All the trims are sat on the wood blocks, so they're off the table now, so I can easily access every single trim. So when it comes to putting the base coat on, I can easily get around the trims. So yeah, that's all done now. If you look down there, I have bought another carbon fiber sheet. Now what's happened is last night I was going to apply the first layer of carbon along with the base coat as well, but what I realised is we don't have enough of the carbon fiber sheet, so I had to go down to my local supplier and get some more carbon fiber sheet. Now the pattern on this one is a lot smaller compared to this one here, but I'm not too fussed, to be honest, because this is actually much better quality than the one that we just had. So right here you've got everything you need. You've got the weighing scale, I've got my gloves, I've got the resin along with the hardener, and I've got a mixing cup and some sticks as well. So the ratio is every 100 grams to 33 grams of hardener. So it's basically 100 grams of base coat to 33 grams of hardener. So now what we need to do is start mixing. So I'll be mixing the hardener and the base coat as well. Once I've mixed them all up, I'll give all these trims a base coat, and then once that's done, we'll have to let them sit for 2 hours. Right, so I've finally applied the base coat on all these trims. So now what we've got to do is let them sit for about 2 hours. Once the trims become nice and tacky, then we can actually apply the carbon fiber sheet. I've got the heater on right now because the ideal temperature for this kind of stuff is about 20 degrees, and right now it's about 7, so the heater will basically help the resin. So yeah guys, what I'll do is I'll let that sit for about 2 hours and we'll come back. Guys, so 2 hours have passed and the base coat is nice and tacky. It is ready now for the carbon fiber. Right, so as you can see guys, all the trims have been covered with the carbon fiber cloth, and it took me quite a while to get to this stage because I don't really have the best of tools with me right now. I mean, I've got these 3 suction bags right here, but they're not really doing a good job actually holding the suction. So what I've had to do is I've had to take the back of these trims and just obviously tuck the cloth over, so that way, you know, at least we get a nice clean finish. So what we need to do now is let this set overnight. So it's going to take about 8 hours before that base coat actually hardens. So we'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow when everything's been dried up, we can actually take the tape off, and if there's any extra, you know, cloth back there, we can just cut away at it, so we can kind of cut to the edge, get a nice clean finish. And then after that guys, we can actually apply the first coat of resin. So it is the next day guys, and the base coat is finally dried up, so we are ready to actually apply the clear coat. So I've tidied up all the trims, got all the excess strands off the tops of the trims, so they are nice and clean now. They are ready for the first clear coat to go on. So I have got the resin just there, and I've got the hardener as well, so it is 2 coats to 1. So what I'll be doing is I'll be mixing them up, and once the mix is ready, we'll get the first layer of clear coat on. So 8 hours have passed guys, and all our trims are nice and clean, so they are ready to be sanded down. So we're going to be using a 120 grit to sand them all down. Once they're all nice and smooth, we'll apply another coat of resin, and then we'll wait 2 hours, then we'll apply a second coat, wait another 2 hours, then apply a third coat. So it is quite a long process, and there is a 3-hour gap between each application of resin. But once we've done that guys, once we've got all 3 coats of resin on, we are going to be waiting another 8 hours, and then we can come back and sand them down again. So yeah, it's quite a long process guys, so let's just get straight into it. Let's sand down all these trims with the 120 grit. And I've finally sanded down all these pounds. It took me a lot longer than what I had expected, and yeah, it's finally all sanded down. It is ready for the first of 3 clear coats to go on. So before I actually put the clear coats on, I do need to use the panel wipe to wipe down all these panels. Once they're nice and clean, we'll apply the first clear coat, and then we'll have to wait 2 hours for the second clear coat, and then another 2 hours for the third. So that's 3 clear coats that will be going on with 2-hour intervals in between each coat. So yeah guys, there's quite a lot of waiting around, there's quite a lot of work that he's doing as well. So without talking too much, let's just get straight into it. Let's get all these panels wiped down, and let's apply the resin. So we got the first layer of resin on. I've got the heater on to basically help the resin cure. So we're going to come back in a couple hours time, we'll apply the second coat. Right, so it has been 2 days guys, and all the resin has finally dried up. So I'll come back the next day guys, and it's still a little tacky, so I thought I'd give it one more day. So here we are now guys, everything's nice and dry. It is ready for another round of sanding. So what I need to do is sand it all down. This time around I need to be a bit smoother with the sand, guys. I need to use a finer grit to get a nice smooth finish, because once I've sanded it down and it's nice and smooth, the final coat will be going on, and that's it, guys. The final coat will just be getting a very slight cut and polish. So guys, we are almost at the end of this process of actually doing the carbon skinning. Yes, it is a long process. You do need quite a lot of time in your hands to get this done. So yeah, let's just get straight into it, guys. Let's sand all these down and get it nice and smooth. Once we're ready, we'll apply the first coat of resin. Well, actually, I say first coat, it's actually going to be the final coat of the resin. Guys, I did give all these panels a sand down and then basically give them the final coat of the resin as well. So this is a rough idea of what they're going to look like once they're all done. So if you aren't done just yet, guys, if you look carefully on each of these trims, we do have a bit of ripples on each of the trims. So what we need to do is to get rid of those ripples is we need to sand them down again. So I've got a 400 grit, 800 grit and a 1200 grit. So starting off with the smallest grit, working our way up to the highest grit, we need to sand all these panels down to get them nice and smooth. Once they're nice and smooth, we'll polish them up. Obviously the polish is going to bring up the shine again, and then we can actually install these trims into our E92, guys. So I actually can't wait to see the trims inside the car. I think it's going to look so good once they're in, guys. It's going to match the carbon fibre roof, the carbon fibre diffuser on the back, and the little spoiler as well, guys. So let us know what the carbon fibre bits you guys want to see in the car, because I'm thinking of actually doing carbon fibre fin as well, maybe even carbon fibre mirror cover. So comment down below, guys, what kind of carbon fibre parts you want to see. For now, guys, my main focus is actually getting all these trims sanded down for the final time. It has been a long process, guys, but we are on the final stages. Just gotta sand it down one more time and then just polish them up. Then we can install these trims and see how they look. So I finished off sanding down all the panels, guys. I've already made a start on the polishing. I'm using a G360 compound. I've done the first trim just here, guys. So this is how it's going to look once it's all done. Once they're all polished and ready, we will be fitting them in, guys. So I actually can't wait to see how they look once they're in. So you guys see in the back working on another car. I think he's working the Q7. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But anyways, guys, for now, let's just focus on the trims. Let's get them more polished up and let's get them fitted into the car. So I just got done polishing up all the trims, guys, and we are now ready to get these installed into the car. But before we actually do that, we do need to get these two bags, which are full of attachments, back onto these trims. Once we've done that, we can actually get those installed into the car. But these three trims over here, guys, they don't have any attachments because they just sit on the door card. So I'll get these door card trims in first, and obviously you've got two on that side as well. So if you look down here, guys, I've got the first trim in, and they literally just slide into place, so it's quite easy to install. So what I'll do is I'll put that driver's side trim in first. Obviously you do the passenger side as well. Once all those are slotted into place, I'll work on the trim that sits along the dashboard and the center console, because they're a bit more complicated, because they've got quite a few attachments and there's quite a few wires that are sticking out. So yeah, guys, I'll do the easy bit first, and then we'll come back and do the harder bit. So the trims are all in, guys, and check it out. Look how good this looks. So this carbon fiber pretty much everywhere. You got carbon fiber in the dash, you got this carbon fiber in the center console as well, the door cards, the rear door cards, this little centerpiece back here as well, guys. There's literally carbon fiber everywhere. So you know, now that we've got all this carbon fiber sorted out, let me know what you guys think. Does it look good? You know, would you have kept it original, or would you have changed it to carbon fiber like we did? Because I'm thinking, now that we've got all this carbon fiber, I might actually do the steering carbon fiber as well. So this top strip along here, I might actually do that carbon fiber, and this bottom piece here as well, and then maybe do Alcantara on these sides just there. So comment down below if you guys want to see that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the carbon fiber, guys. It took quite a long time to do, and it was definitely worth it. On the dashboard panel, guys, there is a bit of ripples here and there, so I'm thinking on a later date, when I do get some time, I might just take that trim off and sand it down once again to get it nice and smooth. But for now, guys, that is it. It's taken me quite a while to get to this stage, but the carbon fiber looks absolutely insane. It really goes well with the carbon fiber roof and the carbon fiber rear diffuser and that little spoiler as well, guys. So yeah, just so you know, that's not the only carbon fiber pieces that we will be doing. We still got to do the mirrors as well, guys. I have ordered some carbon fiber mirrors, so we'll be doing that in carbon fiber. The shark fin thing, whatever it's called, antenna, that's gonna be carbon fiber as well. Hopefully the steering wheel carbon fiber. So this car will have carbon fiber pretty much everywhere, guys. I might be overdoing with the carbon fiber, guys, but I know it's gonna look really good once it's all done. Anyways, guys, so far the mods list has been pretty much crazy. So we've done the carbon fiber roof, we've done the Alcantara quilted roof as well, carbon fiber interior trims. So guys, that is a lot of mods that we've done so far. There's 3 big mods, but the next mod is going to be the biggest mod. We are going to be doing something crazy to this car, guys, so stay tuned for the next video, because that is going to be the biggest modifications that we are going to do to this car. So stay tuned to find out exactly what we're going to do. If you guys want a sneak peek of what we're going to actually do, follow us on Instagram at Performance Rebuilds, and what we'll do a day before the video goes out, you know, I might drop a couple of hints of what we're going to actually do to this car. And I'm telling you guys now, it's going to be absolutely insane. Some of you guys are going to hate it, some of you guys don't like it. For now, guys, we're going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.